Hello everyone, welcome to Premier League AM2PM channel. My name is Pawan and I'll be giving my honest review on Premier League matches. Before we even start, please don't forget to subscribe right here. First of all, let's talk about Leeds United. What a great win. You have to give some respect for them. It's an incredible to see what can happen when a new leader or a coach shows a group of a young men that they are good players and deserves to win, as long as they are willing to pay the price that winning requires, believing in themselves, their teammates, their leader, and the mission, right? And be ready to leave everything they have on the field on daily basis. No more dwelling in the past. If you let it go, it has no power over anything or anything after that. I've been watching US men's national team player to get an idea of how we're looking at the World Cup. I'm watching the Leeds team after, for example, Aaronson and Adams. Moreover, so far this season, I have gotten up early to watch all the three games, and I've been falling in love with this team. It's been fun, to be honest, and the player get along very well. I hope they can keep doing in this direction. I don't understand why people thought Jesse Mars should be fired first. He's making a group of hungry people, young people. The English media won't admit this season that Gerard, Lampard, Brendan Rodgers, and Tuchel are in trouble, but they don't show up the same aggression that when small teams. Leeds are not small teams, but Leeds got everything on point. High press, check. Set piece scoring, check. Clean sheet, check. Scoring, check. I mean, they were 5 out of 5 today. But on the other hand, if we have to talk about Chelsea problem. Oh my God, where we can even start? Being as a Chelsea fan, it hurts, man, because Chelsea problem is not. I don't think it's striker. The Chelsea problem is not a striker. They don't even play to attack. It's more of like they play to defend. There aren't any enough chances. No striker will do well with the way things are going now. Like for the defensive setup works better, right? But Chelsea need more creativity in the middle of the field and backup defensive midfield who can fill in for Kante and Kovacic when they are out like today. Before today, Chelsea didn't lose to Leeds in 20 years. I mean, Tuchel had this worst record at home in any Chelsea manager since like what Abramovich took over, which was nearly 20 years ago, and he's too proud to admit his mistake, and he has no shame to say that his team was. You should feel a little bit shame, man, because how can he say Chelsea played more when Leeds were running faster, Leeds were running more, Leeds were more aggressive, Leeds ticked every aspect of the game. And he's trying to make Havertz and Mount as a forward. They are not forward yet. Even though they haven't been good for a long time, they are still out of place in the lineup. I guess the plan is to keep banging your hair around the wall and then keep hoping something changes. And I don't think Sterling is the answer as well in the forward position. He's an outstanding player, but nothing has done in his career screams like he's a clinical finisher. His goal scoring record is good, but he's not as clinical finisher as regular striker. So to fix all of the Chelsea offensive problem, it's he's not the answer. Poor pick on poor decision on picking up the players by Tuchel this game, and his player definitely didn't help him as well. So Thomas Tuchel can be a very good tactician, but he's not a great manager. Or like in terms of managing people, he's not very good at this. It's very obvious. In every club, he has some sort of a pattern. If Tuchel is like modern day Jose Mourinho, because he has a kind of a pattern that keeps happening at every club because his methods are pretty much the same. It burns out after 2-3 years. If it was a striker problem, I don't think it's a striker problem. It's a finishing problem. The person he employ in front of the team cannot finish. It's simply, how can Raheem Sterling with such a very good position cannot finish? It bugs my mind. It's so frustrating. We have only 4 points out of 9. That's embarrassing. Tuchel really needs to find solution as soon as possible. But it's not just us. Teams are losing points. For example, Manchester City are also losing points. But if you spend nearly $200 million in one transfer market, you need to show some sort of a progression. And I don't know, maybe he needs more players. It seems nearly impossible to even imagine Chelsea have any chance and any hope for challenging for a title or reducing a gap between Manchester City and Liverpool. However, if you talk on the other side, if you flip the coin, if you guys haven't watched Newcastle and Man City game, go and watch the highlight. It's probably the best game of third week so far. Newcastle was great, and when they broke, they made Manchester City look like they could be hurt. I mean, this season Newcastle will make lots of noise. By the way, there was one situation where Foden could have given ball to Haaland, but he didn't. Yet another golden chance wasted by Foden. But if the way the game would have turned around would be totally different if that could work out. Anyway, Newcastle played a great game, so fair play to them. The City after 1-3, City came back and then Haaland scored a goal from outside the box. Kevin also made fantastic pass to Bernardo Silva. So one thing that I'm a little bit concerned about Manchester City is when a game gets out of the hand, they kind of lose their head. They have to work hard to get that kind of a mentality back, because it is the same kind of a mentality that they failed in Real Madrid, Tottenham, Monaco, Liverpool, and other teams in Champions League. And now this doesn't matter in a league because they can play 37 games non-stop, and out of 37 they can have a winning streak of 10 games, or if you win 10 games, that's 30 points non-stop. Those are the things Manchester City are capable of, and I'm pretty sure they will do in some point in this league. However, City are a different animal. I'm still putting them in a top of the. I'm still putting them to win the league, but if they play similar, if they lose their concentration exactly like Newcastle in Crystal Palace as well, it would be a very great mistake. So they need to learn from this and make fewer mistakes next week against Crystal Palace. So at the end, it was a great game, and Newcastle's St. Maximus, Joe Linton, and other defenders and Pope were all outstanding. I mean, this is Premier League, guys. Premier League is the best because you can just say this is an easy 3 points in a Premier League, unlike French League or Bundesliga or La Liga. When you are a big team, you kind of get it for granted when you go to smaller teams in other leagues. For example, Bayern Munich scored 15 goals in 3 games in the beginning of the season. That's outrageous. It rarely happens in other leagues. That's the beauty of Premier League. You don't know what you're gonna get. Chelsea have 4 points out of 9. Arsenal are top of the table, and Manchester United is on the bottom of the table. Welcome to Premier League 2020, baby. I kind of predicted that Chelsea are definitely going to concede a goal against Leeds because our defensive is still kind of a lackluster. Because let's be fair. Chelsea have by defenders, but it's first season. They kind of need more time to glue in and then understand each other, the positional awareness, and lots of other things. So I'm hoping they will do better next week and week after that and week after that. But still, we have time to improve. It's not. Premier League is not a race, it's a marathon. So the only good point I see in this team is Reece James had a pretty fair game, even though he is a defender and he considered all the 3 games. He was the only positive I see. Other than that, I didn't see any effort from other players. GH has had kind of an okay game, but he had a shoot on target, but he was blocked by our own team. And other than that, it's 4 point out of 9. Ridiculous. So Thomas Tuchel needs to solve this problem as soon as possible. That's my view, guys. What do you think? Which club is going to win the Premier League? And please comment below if Chelsea can qualify for Champions League next year or not. And please don't forget to subscribe as well. Holy shit, how is there 6 finger in one hand? Yeah, 6 finger means like and subscribe and post the bell notification. Bye bye.